Ever wonder why some people seem to navigate through life's challenges with ease and grace? It's no magic trick, nor is it a result of sheer luck. More often than not, it's the result of a Stoic approach to problem solving. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, advocates for clear thinking, self-control, and inner peace, no matter what life throws at us. It gives us a perspective that can be incredibly helpful in dealing with interpersonal relationships and various life situations. Today we're going to explore 10 Stoic tips that can help you approach problems in a more balanced and resilient way. These tips aren't quick fixes. Rather, they are lifelong practices that can help you cultivate a calm and composed mind and a more harmonious way of dealing with others. So, if you're ready for a change in perspective, stay tuned as we delve into these 10 Stoic tips that can change your approach to life's challenges. The first Stoic tip is to accept what you can't control. It's a simple yet profound truth that lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy. You see, there's a world of difference between what we can influence and what is beyond our reach. It's like trying to change the direction of the wind. It's a futile endeavor that can only lead to frustration. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. No amount of honking, cursing, or fretting will clear the road. It's an uncontrollable aspect of life. Instead, focus on controllable aspects like leaving earlier or finding alternative routes. Similarly, you can't control how people react or behave, but you can control your response. Instead of getting upset over someone's rudeness, choose to remain calm and composed. Acceptance isn't about passivity or resignation. It's about understanding where your power lies and where it doesn't. Remember, energy spent worrying about uncontrollable aspects is energy wasted. Tip number 2, embrace change. Change is as inevitable as the rising and setting of the sun. It's a part of life, and resisting it only adds to our stress and anxiety. Imagine a river. Its course changes naturally over time. If a rock is placed in its path, the river doesn't stop. Instead, it flows around the rock, creates a new path. That's the nature of change. Take the example of a caterpillar. It undergoes an enormous change to become a butterfly. If it resisted this change, it would never experience the freedom of flight. Similarly, when we accept and embrace change, we reduce the stress and anxiety that comes with resistance. We become like the river, flowing around obstacles, creating new paths. Embracing change also means embracing the possibility of growth and improvement. Remember, a seed must change to become a tree. With acceptance of change, you open doors for growth and new opportunities. The third Stoic tip is to practice dispassion. You might wonder what this means. In essence, it's about separating your emotions from your decision-making process. Imagine you're a judge in a courtroom. Your task is to weigh the evidence and make a fair judgment, not to let your personal feelings sway your decision. This is dispassion in action. Now, why is this important? Emotions, while valuable in many aspects of life, can cloud our judgment when solving problems. They can lead us to make irrational decisions based on anger, fear, or even love. But when we practice dispassion, we put aside these emotions and focus on the facts at hand. We analyze the situation objectively, allowing us to arrive at a more rational and effective solution. So, next time you find yourself in a tricky situation with someone, try to detach yourself emotionally. By practicing dispassion, you allow reason to guide your actions, not emotion. Tip number 4 is to value virtue above all. The Stoics held an unwavering belief that virtue is the highest good, the truest form of wealth, and the most reliable compass in life's turbulent seas. We're not talking about superficial virtue here, the kind that's worn like a badge for others to see. No, we're talking about genuine virtue, the kind that permeates every thought, every action, every decision we make. Let's think about it. When we place virtue at the heart of our decisions, we're guided towards more ethical actions. We choose honesty over deception, kindness over cruelty, patience over haste. This isn't always the easiest path, but it's certainly the most fulfilling one. It's a path that leads to a life of integrity, a life that's in harmony with our deepest values. In valuing virtue, we aim for moral excellence, which leads to a more fulfilling life. The fifth Stoic tip is to live in the present. Now, what does that mean, you may ask? Well, it's all about focusing our attention on the here and now, rather than being haunted by the past or anxious about the future. You see, often our minds are elsewhere, thinking about what was or what could be, and this distracts us from what is. This distraction can cloud our judgment and hinder our ability to solve problems effectively. But when we live in the present, we are fully engaged with life. We are more aware of our surroundings, more attentive to others, and better able to respond to challenges. We become more resilient, more adaptable, and, yes, you guessed it, better problem solvers. The beauty of the present moment is that it's the only time we truly have. The past is a memory, the future a mystery, but the present is a gift. By living in the present, we can fully engage with life and handle challenges as they come. Tip number 6, practice negative visualization. This might sound counterintuitive at first, but let's unpack it. Imagine the worst-case scenarios. Do it consciously, not to frighten yourself, but to reduce fear and anxiety. It's about taking a moment to consider, what's the worst that could happen? By doing so, you're mentally preparing yourself to face any potential difficulties. This practice, borrowed from the ancient Stoics, can lead to better preparedness and resilience. It helps us to see that we're often more capable of handling adversity than we initially think. The intention is not to dwell on these negative scenarios, but to use them as a tool for mental preparation. It's like having a rehearsal before the actual performance. We become less shocked, less surprised when things don't go as planned. It's not about expecting the worst, but being prepared for it. Negative visualization, when done correctly, prepares us for adversity and increases our resilience. The 7th Stoic tip is to treat others with kindness. Now, why is this so essential? Well, Stoicism isn't just about self-improvement. It's about contributing to the betterment of society. And how do we do that? By showing empathy, understanding, and kindness towards others. This principle isn't about being nice for the sake of appearances. It's about genuinely caring for others, understanding their perspectives and treating them with the respect they deserve. This approach fosters stronger, more meaningful connections with the people around us. It helps us navigate the complexities of human relationships with grace and dignity. But it doesn't end there. Kindness isn't just beneficial for those on the receiving end. When we treat others with kindness, we experience a sense of fulfillment, a joy that comes from knowing we've made someone's day a bit brighter. Treating others with kindness not only improves our relationships, but also contributes to our own happiness. Tip number 8 is to seek wisdom. The Stoics held that wisdom was not a destination but a journey, a continuous endeavor of learning and understanding. This is not merely about gaining facts and figures, but about expanding our perspective, deepening our insights, and cultivating discernment. As we seek wisdom, we learn to see things from different angles, to question assumptions, and to consider alternative solutions. This not only enriches our worldview, but it also enhances our problem-solving skills. It enables us to approach conflicts and dilemmas with a broader understanding and a nimble mind. Furthermore, the pursuit of wisdom fosters personal growth. It challenges us to step out of our comfort zones, to confront our ignorance, and to strive for self-improvement. It encourages us to be humble learners, open to new ideas and experiences. In seeking wisdom, we equip ourselves with the knowledge and understanding necessary to navigate life's challenges. The 9th Stoic tip is to be content with what you have. Contentment, my friends, is not about having less, but about wanting less. It's about appreciating the simple pleasures, the everyday miracles, and the blessings we often take for granted. It's about understanding that the key to happiness doesn't lie in the things we don't have, but in appreciating those we do. In the grand tapestry of life, it's easy to get caught up in the chase for more, but Stoicism teaches us that true wealth is not found in possessions, but in peace of mind. It's about realizing that the most beautiful moments often come not from what we acquire, but from what we give. Gratitude then becomes our compass, guiding us towards a life of simplicity and satisfaction. It helps us understand that we are already rich in the ways that truly matter. Being content with what we have cultivates gratitude and reduces the desire for unnecessary excess. And finally, tip number 10, reflect on your actions. Reflection, a cornerstone of Stoicism, is like a mirror to our actions. It provides us with an opportunity to pause, rewind, and replay the decisions we've made, the actions we've taken. It's an introspective journey that allows us to evaluate our conduct and question our choices. This self-assessment is not to induce guilt or regret, but rather to learn, evolve, and grow. Every step we take, every word we utter, every decision we make leaves an imprint. By reflecting on these imprints, we gain an understanding of our motivations and behaviors. We can identify patterns, discern what works and what doesn't. This in turn leads to improved decision-making, enabling us to make choices that align better with our principles. Reflection is not a one-time activity, it's a continuous process, a lifelong journey of learning and self-improvement. Through self-reflection, we can learn from our mistakes and continually strive for improvement. Now that we've explored the 10 Stoic tips, let's summarize what we've learned. The Stoic approach to problem-solving encourages acceptance of what we cannot control while embracing change. Practicing dispassion helps us respond rather than react, and valuing virtue above all guides our actions towards the greater good. Living in the present enables us to focus on what's truly important, and negative visualization aids in preparing for potential challenges. Treating others with kindness fosters positive relationships, and seeking wisdom leads to personal growth. Being content with what we have cultivates gratitude, and reflecting on our actions promotes self-awareness. These approaches not only help us solve problems with people, but also enrich our lives by fostering resilience, patience, and empathy. They remind us that it's not the events themselves, but our perceptions and reactions to them that truly matter. By adopting these Stoic tips, you can navigate life's challenges with greater ease and grace. Remember, Stoicism is not just a philosophy, but a way of life.